One of the most common things that people feel as an entrepreneur, and one of the most common topics of conversation, is getting stuck in business. There's that feeling of being completely overwhelmed and not knowing which way to turn. Now, being in business, being an entrepreneur, it means getting on top of and mastering business design and delivery, operational issues, client management, technical aspects, accounting, that it's a complicated affair. And that's a lot to deal with when you're on your own. But as a conscious entrepreneur, you've got another dynamic here that's going on with feeling this overwhelmed, and that is that you are constantly growing. Now everybody's constantly growing, but when you're intuitively and consciously working on your own inner growth and expanding that, you've got this constant drip, drip, drip of insight and understanding and expansion going on, and you're trying to grow. And then you've got all of this business stuff that you've also got to deal with. So either your business needs to grow with you, which sometimes it can try to do and fail, or your business might get stuck and not be keeping track with you. And it's giving you all sorts of grief because it's not at the same level as you. It's not working at the same point of view. And so it gets this incredibly complicated setup where you can just feel completely stuck. So you've got your business needing to grow, you're constantly growing, but you're at odds with your business. You've got all of these things that you are responsible for and trying to master, and you've got to deliver your work that is your gift to the world as well. A lot to balance, and yet sometimes you can just feel absolutely stuck and incapable of moving forward. So this video is about what to do when that feeling starts to descend. And it's the tips that I will give you in this video will help you as soon as you start to feel that feeling coming in. Because what happens is when we expand, we can expand our capacity, our perception, our ability to grow. And if we don't adjust that pretty promptly, that's when we get into that whole thing of feeling completely and utterly stuck. What we want to do, as soon as we're starting to feel, oh, I feel a little bit stuck, this video will help you turn your attention to what you need to work on. So there are 4 things I want to talk you through in this video that you can use to help yourself get moving whenever you feel that you're getting stuck. So the first area is clearing your energy. Now, I'm sure you clear your energy a lot, but the focus of the energy clearing is really important. There are many aspects of old energy that are going to be playing out, that are going to be stopping the new energy that you're receiving from moving through you. And critically, when it moves through you, it connects with parts of you that need to be activated in order to move forward. So if the energy isn't moving through you, it can't ignite you and start the process of the expansion. So it's there as a potential energy and nothing more. So we want a clear energy that is actually going to stop that new energy moving in and becoming integrated, because when new energy is sort of like rattling around your system in an unintegrated way, it causes problems. It puts you off balance and it just sends you down the wrong path. So we want to be allowing the new energy to find its place. To do that, we need to let some energy go. So that's the focus that we want to be thinking about with our energy clearing. So the first one that we want to work on is clearing your energy field. So you want to be focusing on clearing your energy field of anything that is going to be blocking new energy from moving in. So that could be things like your thoughts, belief patterns, the way that you approach things, the way that you've set up your support systems. All of those things might be things that are attached to your energy field that are keeping the old energy from moving in. I would say that with all of these, I've got practices that are available to you if you need help on doing these clearings. The second one is to clear your business's energy field from any energies that are attached that are blocking it from expanding. The third area is to clear the energetic structures of your business. Those are things like payment platforms, your website, your social media, your daily practices and things like that, that you can clear, and then that supports the energy field being cleared. There's a distinction there, which is why I said it's the focus of the energy clearing needs to be quite precise in these circumstances. So you're clearing the energetic structures of energies that are attached to them that are preventing the new energy from being expressed. And finally, declutter. So that can be very practical and physical, your environment. It can also be energetic. Decluttering is a way of restructuring your energy. So it's really important to be very focused in what you do. There'll be something. In all of this, there's going to be something that is floating around and you're going to think, yes, that's been feeling a bit uncomfortable for a while. Turn your attention to it. Make sure you're decluttering that and clearing that out so that you feel more expansive, but also more capable of moving other energy through. So the second area that we want to look at is managing your capacity. Now, when you are feeling stuck and overwhelmed, there are going to be two types of capacity issues at play. The first is that you're going to be feeling under capacity or over capacity, and second is overcapacity. So if you're operating under capacity, that means that you've expanded your ability to move energy through your system, and you're operating at a fraction of the level that you should be operating or could be operating at. So you are basically this vast hall with a little pea rattling around in it. You're not moving enough energy through your system, and that's why you're feeling frustrated. So the thing to do there is to move more energy through you. So for example, if you've been there's something that you've not been speaking about openly because you've kind of balked at it because you wonder what people might think, now's the time to start to challenge yourself a little bit, to stretch into that. Maybe you've had a project on the back burner that you haven't done anything with, and you keep thinking, when the time's right, when the time's right, the time's right. Move forward with it, do something on it. And the other area that you could look at perhaps is to connect with somebody who really stretches you, somebody you look up to, somebody you think is in another league to you. I mean, it's all an illusion, but if you can step up into that again might move more energy through. You will realize that you are on a level playing field with that person that you had thought was much further ahead than you. So those are the things that you need to do. You need to be moving more energy through if you're feeling under capacity, and you'll know if that's right or if that's not wrong, or if there's another reason. Now, if you are feeling over capacity, i.e. there's just too much, you don't know where to start, you don't know what to do, any of these things, so you're feeling really over capacity, then there are a number of factors that may have been playing out. One is that you may have extended your energetic systems or your capacity, and then you have triggered some trauma. Now, entrepreneurship both creates trauma and triggers trauma. So if this feels like it might be the right the true for you, if this feels like it's going to be true for you, then you need to really get honest with what is it that's causing the trauma and why, and working on that. Now, I would say with trauma, the best thing you can do is get some support to work through that, because it's no fun working through trauma on your own, and often your blind spots are going to continue to give you grief and prevent you from properly moving forward. So there are many, many wonderful people who specialize in working with trauma in business, and I would definitely recommend that you look at getting some support if that's something that is working for you. The other thing that may have happened, and this is very, very common, is that you may have expanded your energetic capacity and not put the energetic structures in place to support it. And so what you get is this big expansion followed by a complete contraction, or just deflation. And it just feels, so you have all of this exciting energy that you are ready to work with, and then there's no way of moving it, no energetic structures, and then it just goes shumph, and it just shuts down. So you need to really be looking at building your energetic structures to be able to move that energy. That's the area that I specialize in, is helping people to establish the energetic structures that will support the energy and move with the energy and not distort the energy in any way. So if that is the case, then what you need to be looking at is your own personal systems, your business systems, your energy practices for both you and your business, the energetic structures, the support systems and everything like that, in order to make sure that those systems and those structures have got the capacity to move with the energy that you're capable of moving through, so you don't have this expansion and contraction, which is a very common problem for many, many entrepreneurs. And the third area is to move energy. So what do I mean by moving energy? Energy needs to move from its pure energetic state into form. That is what it is constantly seeking to do. It may be easier to think about form as in a much more multidimensional way. So if you look at is a form of expression. Energy is seeking a form of expression. Then it may be easier to understand that it's not just something that is solid that we are looking at. Energy is moving, always moving into form. Now, it can only find form through you. It needs to move through you in order to find its form. So whether that's voice, sound, movement, whatever, it is moving through you to find its expressed form. So you need to move energy. Now, when you don't have a clue what to do, you don't know where to start, what to do, and you're feeling completely overwhelmed and completely stuck, then how do you start to do that? Well, you have to break the pattern. So I would suggest that you do something with your hands. These things are your tools of creation. You got them in order to be able to create things through our human form, taking pure energy through our human form into an expression. So we can get the energy moving so that the inspiration starts to flow, the understanding and integration happens by using our hands. So drum a beat, cook, dance, sing, conduct an orchestra, garden, bake, whatever, paint, craft, do something with your hands, and it will move the energy through you. So that is the third aspect of what you can do to get yourself unstuck. And the final and fourth aspect is to rest in patience. Now, when we are doing energy work and when we're growing, it's really, really hard on your system. And sometimes you just need to stop and allow the energy to settle. There's an awful lot of wisdom in allowing the dust, that saying of allowing the dust to settle. Allow the energy to settle, allow the energy to integrate, allow yourself to come into understanding with it, and then you can move forward. But what I would say is, while you're resting in patience, then you need to be careful that you don't switch off the creative flow at the same time, because it can be quite easy to do that. So how do you make sure that you don't switch off your channels while you're trying to rest? And the answer to that is to play a little bit. So there's stuff that you know, there's stuff that you really know, and there's stuff that you know is coming in. So there's nothing to stop you continuing to play with both of those things in order to allow the energy to just settle and for your system to come into some harmony and balance with that, because you're going through a new identity. You're creating a new version of you. You're creating a new version of your business while all of this is going on. So you need to be able to continue to play with it while you're resting. So those are the 4 areas that you can work on in order to help yourself get unstuck, feel less overwhelmed, feel less frustrated with where you're at, and allow the new energy that you're constantly receiving to find its home, find its expression, find its place within you, within your business, and allow that to come into a greater form of expression for you. So I hope that when you feel that descend again, as we all do from time to time, that those 4 things will help you to get on the move again really quickly. Take care. Until next time.